We'll do the prayers, bro.
Yes, please.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
So thank you again for your wonderful association. So anybody have any questions to start with?
One question is there in the chat, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanapranam Jai Shri Prabhupada. So my wife was reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 6 and Text 4. In that, it is mentioned in the purport that and the last sentence of the purport says, but super consciousness of the supra mind in the spiritual plane is as good as the spiritual soul and is never annihilated. So can you explain a little bit about that?
As a spirit is not annihilated even after the annihilation of the material body, so also spiritual consciousness is not annihilated. Sri Narada developed a spiritual consciousness even when he had his material body in previous kalpa. Consciousness of the material body means spiritual consciousness expressed through the medium of material body. This consciousness is inferior, destructible and perverted. But super consciousness of the supra mind on the spiritual plane is as good as the spirit soul and it's never annihilated. So here referring to the spiritual consciousness, So whatever it is in the spiritual consciousness, it is not annihilated. For example, here they're given here that Narada Muni, he was the son of a maidservant in his previous life, So although he has become Narada Muni, whatever he did in those lives, it is registered again in his mind, and he's explaining that point.
Prabhu, supra mind is spiritual mind, right? Here it means.
Yeah, by super consciousness of the super mind on the spiritual plane. On the spiritual plane, you cannot get material mind, no? Correct?
Okay.
Can you get a material thing in the spiritual level? Doesn't make sense. Yeah? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes,
And
Prabhu.
it is also mentioned that we have the spiritual senses, spiritual mind, spiritual intelligence. Right now, it is covered by the material intelligence, material mind, and material senses. And once we get out of this material consciousness, those can be awakened, right, Prabhu?
Yeah. The moment you come to Krishna consciousness, then all this material thing becomes, irrelevant, no? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Because when you leave your body, you carry with you your material mind and intelligence and ego to the next body. But when you leave your material body and get your spiritual body, then you develop again your spiritual mind and intelligence and ego and everything, no? You understand? So that has to be understood, and in the spiritual body, you still have a mind, and you have your mind, you have all your other things as well, You understand? It is not that in the spiritual world, you're spirit, soul, and you don't have anything to do with the mind, body, and mind, intelligence, and ego, You understand? So this is something that you have to know. So even the Lord is, trying to get his verse out for you. So that even Narayana, his mind is also attracted by the form of the Lord, So his mind is explained that Narayana has a mind, spiritual person has a mind. So what to speak about the other living entities? Huh? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So if God has got a mind, then we also must have a mind and must have intelligence and ego, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Correct? Does it make sense?
Yes, Prabhu.
So that is what I explained here, I think it's in 21. Let me see. The Lord's form is so attractive. There's so many verses just to remember everything. Gotta be a Sukadev Goswami or something. I'm trying to get that verse out. 3/4. So you can be convinced, how the Lord is so beautiful that he attracts everybody, It's there in the CC. Yeah, got it. All right, you can see here. So you are also convinced, You can read this.
Sure, Prabhu. Harani will read, Prabhu.
Can't read?
Yeah.
Huh? You can't read it?
The beauty of Krishna's body is so attractive that it attracts not only the demigods and other living entities within the material world, but the personalities of the spiritual sky as well, including the Narayanas, who are expansions of Krishna personality. The minds of Narayanas are thus attracted by the beauty of Krishna's body. In addition, the goddess of fortune Lakshmis, who are the wives of Narayanas and are the women described in the Vedas as most chaste, are also attracted by the wonderful beauty of Krishna.
So you can see here the word minds of Narayana, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
So that means in the spiritual world, everybody has a mind, intelligence, ego, not the false ego, the true ego. Understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
So therefore this verse, it refers to that spiritual platform, no? That's why Prabhupada used the word supra mind, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
It is not a material mind. Material mind is always forgetting Krishna. That's the material mind, you know? Material
Yes,
mind
Prabhu.
has a natural inclination to Maya, you know? You follow? Material mind is always attracted to this, you know. Can you read?
Simply by material birth, human beings become attached within their minds to personal sense gratification, long duration of life, sense activities, bodily strength, sexual potency, and friends and family. Their minds are thus absorbed in that which defeats their actual self-interest.
This is the material consciousness, you understand? So the material mind is always inclined to
material attachment.
Correct. It's always looking for that, you know.
My dear sons, the mind has a natural proclivity to enter into the material sense subjects, and similarly, the sense subjects enter into the mind. But both these material mind and the sense objects are merely designations that cover the spiritual soul, who is part and particle of me.
So you can see how there's a natural tendency of this mind to become attracted to Maya, you know. You understand? It's designed in such a way by Krishna that it's always attracted to Maya, you know. You follow?
The sages headed by Sanaka said, O Lord, people's mind are naturally attracted to material sense objects, and similarly, the sense objects in the form of desire enter within the mind. Therefore, how can a person who desires liberation, who desires to cross over activities of sense gratification, destroy this mutual relationship between the sense objects and the mind? Please explain this to us.
You understand or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
So if your mind is in Maya, then big trouble, correct? That's why we are asked to chant, is it?
Yes, Prabhu.
So when you chant, then that is the only way you can relate to the Lord, no? I think this is the verse.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Uddhava, The Supreme Lord gives life to every living being and is situated within the heart along with the life air and primal sound vibration. The Lord can be perceived in his subtle form within the heart by one's mind. Since the Lord controls the minds of everyone, even great demigods like Lord Shiva, the Supreme Lord also assumes a gross form as the various sounds of the Vedas, composed of short and long vowels and consonants of different intonations.
So you can see here the Lord, when your mind is, chanting the name of Krishna, then your mind gets purified, to perceive the Lord in our heart,
Yes, Prabhu.
You understand? That's the only way you can go to the Lord, through your mind, Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
So when you go to the Lord with your mind, because it's very subtle, is it? See, can perceive a subtle form within the heart by one's mind, is it?
Yes, Prabhu.
That's why the chanting is so powerful, That's why it's also called mantra. Mana trayate iti mantra. So to release the mind from material entanglement. So the moment you go to the Lord, then your mind becomes spiritualized,
Yes, Prabhu.
And then when you're in the spiritual part of your consciousness, then you remember so many things, just like the spirit soul who is caught in the womb of the mother, no? You can remember 100 lives, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. That's all material, just the mind can remember 100 lives material, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So in the spiritual consciousness, what you cannot remember? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
You follow? As a spirit soul, you are no more hindered by any material barriers, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
The moment you get a material body, then you will, Krishna said, no, in the Bhagavad Gita, you forget, no? What is that verse? 4:6, is it? No? This is the verse, it says, Ajoa pisan avyatma bhutanam ishwaro pisan prakritim swayam adhistaya sambhavami atmamayaya.
Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, by my internal energy, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form.
So this is the verse. I think this is the verse. Let me see. Yeah. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, many, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot. Oh, subdue of the enemy. So see how the Lord can remember everything? And we cannot because we are covered by Maya.
Yes, Prabhu.
You understand? So because we are covered by Maya, we cannot remember nothing. That is how it is designed, 174.
Thus he
Yes, the verse. Yaya samhoyitam jiva atmanam trigunatmakam paropi manyate nartam tatkritam cha abhibhajyate.
Due to this external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the modes of material nature, thinks of himself as a material product and thus undergoes the reactions of material miseries.
See? So the moment he takes the material body, he comes into the material consciousness, no? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So is he understood this point?
Yes, Prabhu.
Who asked the question? Is he clear about it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? There's another question. That's it, huh?
It's just on the same thing you cleared, Prabhu. The difference between the spiritual consciousness, supreme consciousness, super consciousness, and material consciousness. So you explained about material consciousness in a few words before. And spiritual consciousness is, I hope it's the consciousness of the spirit soul, Prabhu, or is it the consciousness in the spiritual world? How do we say that?
The consciousness is the true consciousness, without any contamination of the material modes of material nature. So when you come to the transcendental plane, then your consciousness is likewise, spiritual, no? That's why we call it Krishna conscious, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
So when you're Krishna conscious, then it is explained in these verses here, These verses are very important. I think it's here. 1, 2. Let me go here better so you can read. Wow, so many verses on 7.1 Prabhupada did, huh? Can't seem to go there. Okay, got it. So, all right, you see here, these are the verses that Prabhupada quotes, yeah? Okay, let's go to these verses, huh?
Sure, Prabhu.
Second chapter, And go to second chapter. I think it is 16. All right, you can see here these verses. I think you should take note because it's very important, no?
Sure, Prabhu.
Sunvata Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanam Hridayantasto Ya Abhadrani Vidunoti Shruhat Satam. You want to read this?
Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire of material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted.
So when you start chanting Krishna's name through the association of, through the mercy of a pure devotee, this thing cannot be done without the mercy of a pure devotee. Then you get connected to the Lord, and then the Lord cleanses the desire for material enjoyment from the heart. And then the devotee develops an urge to hear and chant Krishna's name, so you get purified.
Yes,
Then
Prabhu.
when it comes to this place, Nasta Priyasha Bhadresha, I think you know this verse we chant a million times, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So by regularly attending classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And loving service under the personality of Godhead is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Now, why here it is said that although you do this Bhagavatam reading and serving a pure devotee, all that is troublesome the heart is almost completely destroyed. Why is not completely destroyed? Huh?
Because still we are not surrendered completely, Prabhu, 100%.
We are not surrendered, but when you go to a pure devotee, all your trouble must be completely destroyed, correct?
Yeah.
Hello, what's the answer?
Maybe
Yes.
we are not pure devotees, Prabhu. That's why. Maybe if we reach to that point, then we.
Actually, the answer is here. You see here, this word is used here. You naistiki, you become into the Nista platform, So when you go to the Nista platform,
Nishtha is steadiness, Prabhu?
yeah, fixed up,
Fixed up, okay.
So here you can see here, this is the verse, Thou Shruda Sadhu Sangha Tha Bhajana Kriya Tato Narata Nivritti Tato Nista, see this word?
Yes, Prabhu.
So you become what we say fixed up, So when you come to this firm faith, you become fixed up, firm faith. Nice sticky. The word is irrevocable faith, So when you become fixed up, it's not a position where you are completely free from all sins, Understand? So
Okay.
this position is until you develop this, you come as a, when you come to getting attracted to Krishna, that is attachment. And when you come to the bhava platform, then all your emotion arises and affection arises, Then when you start crying for Krishna, then is when everything is cleared up, You understand? When you
Yes, Prabhu.
become to the love of Krishna, then you got no more, all sins are cleared. And only you can cry for Krishna. You understand? That's why it says in this verse, almost.
Okay, yes, Prabhu. So we have not reached to that level of bhava.
I
Is
don't
that right?
think we have even reached the level of anartha nivritti, Maybe you have, but I think
No,
I'm
no,
still
Prabhu.
struggling. Maybe all the Bangalore Varas have got it, Hello, Subhadra's, all her teammates. You see here, you understand now? That's why it is used, the word is used, almost completely destroyed. You understand? Understand this point?
Yes, Prabhu.
The heart is almost completely destroyed, not completely destroyed yet.
Yes, Prabhu.
You follow? So then, when you come to this stage, then of course, you can read the purport. I won't have time if I go through the purport. See?
Yeah, sure, Prabhu.
So you take note. So now this is another important verse. Tada rajas tamo bhave kamo loba dayashye etat cheterete anaviddam stitam sattve prasidati. So here, what happens? As soon as the irrevocable loving service is established in the heart, the effects of nature's mode of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desire, hankering, disappear from the heart. Then the devotee is established in goodness and he becomes completely happy. So in other words, he crosses over the three modes of material nature. That Bhagavad Gita, there's the verse, Mamcha vyabacharena bhakti yogena sevate sa guna samatitaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate, 1426, correct? You know not, huh? You don't know. Hare
Yes, Prabhu.
Krishna. You
Yes,
don't know,
Prabhu.
you tell me, then I have to, tell you, otherwise I also don't know, you don't know,
That's very famous verse, Prabhu. Amsha Vyabhichara and Bhakti Yogena
Yeah,
Sevate.
that's verse, So when you do this devotional service, then you
All
become,
the good.
you cross over the modes of mental nature, See, when one engages in unalloyed devotional service to the Lord, transcends the mode of mental nature, is immediately elevated to the spiritual platform. So this is the point. that when you go above this Kama and Krodha, you know, Raja and Tamas, and Krishna said that is your enemy, you know, Bhagavad Gita, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So when you go over that, what happened here? How to move this out of the way? All right, got it. So when you come to that stage, you know, when your heart is free from the mode of passion and ignorance, then all these dirty things in the heart gets cleared. See?
Prabhu, irrevocable loving service means like you're all trying to do the service to the Lord now, dedicating your life. That is also irrevocable loving service, right?
Yeah, irrevocable
Whatever
means you cannot go back, no?
cannot fall down.
Yeah. Yes, it means
Cannot be
irrevocable.
reversed.
Cannot be reversed, you know, something that is fixed, you know, fixed up, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We understand that's now the word nistha, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you become fixed up in devotional service, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, and all these dirty things, you know, because if you are in this now at this stage, sometimes you are just chanting and suddenly all crazy things come into your heart, no?
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
They
Prabhu.
start pricking your consciousness. You understand? So all that thing will stop, you know. As Prabhupada explained, like bubbles, you know, suddenly come up, you know. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
That's why the word is used is anaviddham, you know, pricking, you know.
Being
Without being
afflicted.
affected, you know. You understand? Here, huh? And then you become fixed up, you know. See? Stitam become fixed, you see? You follow?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Prabhu.
So when you go over that, because this is the roller coaster ride, you know, sometime happy, sometime not good, some good, sometime like that, no?
Mm-hmm.
So when you become fixed, then you come to this level, evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogadaha bhagavad tattva vijnana mukta sangasha jayate, you know. That's established in the mode of unalloyed goodness, means what? Goodness not mixed with passion and ignorance. Huh? You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
The man whose mind has been enlivened by contact with devotional service to the Lord gains positive scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead in the stage of liberation from all material association. This is called the Brahma Bhuta stage. You know, Bhagavad Gita, you know, Brahma Bhuta Prasnatma. You know the verse?
Yes, Prabhu. Brahma Bhuta Prasanna.
That is 1854, correct? So for those who don't know, we will go there and then, you know, you can take note. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
So all these are important things. So when you are preachers, you should know, no? Correct. So Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na shochate na kanchate samaha sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti labate param. So you see here, when one who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful, he never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed toward every living entity. In that stage, he attains pure devotional service unto me. So here, it doesn't mean that he becomes like a stone, you know,
Yes,
callous to
Prabhu.
the material. It's not like that. For us, the Mayavads will think that, oh, he become merged into Brahman here, you know. But our understanding is different, you know. Understand that? Ours is in this verse. In this verse is our position. Always engage in activities of devotional service. Devotee feel ever increasing fresh. You see this thing? And
Yes,
new in
Prabhu.
all activities. How he is becoming like this? The Lord, or the all-knower, the super soul within the heart of the devotees, makes everything increasingly fresh. You understand this point?
Yes, Prabhu. Increasingly fresh.
Yeah, because how you can enjoy this blissful position if the Lord does not help you? So now we are covered by Maya, so we are feeling distress and so many things, yes? So when we come to our spiritual consciousness, then we always blissful, you know, understand? And because the Lord is in our heart, He helps us to maintain that status. Are you following?
Yes, Prabhu.
So now we go back to this. Okay, you understand this, huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, even at our stage, like can we feel that bliss, or it is not possible to feel until we get purified completely?
When you see, when you are getting purified, as you surrender, Krishna rewards accordingly, no?
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So as you are doing it, by and by, you cross the stage by stage. When you come to the nista, that means every day, fixed up, irrevocable.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get the taste, you know, ruchi. Ruchi is taste, you know, you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Once you come to getting the taste, then you know, then you develop an attraction for the Lord. And that is called ashakti. Then you get bhava.
But if we see like each and every one of us have some, like if it is not 100% ruchi, we might have little 0.5% or like 1/4%, right, Prabhu, at least now.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I have no ruchi. Maybe you have no 1/4% even. You are very fortunate. Huh?
No, I'm asking Prabhu, I'm really not sure, because then how is that like we are all sticking on to here, like even though we're facing so many problems.
Definitely when you chant, you get some kind of a taste, no? Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
When you start chanting, I will go from here to another place. I will come back to this. So it is says here, this is verses from the Nectar of Devotion. Sorry, wrong place. You can see here, you can take note, these all are important places of the. See here, the moment you get into Krishna consciousness, you see this words here? This is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Devotional service, see here, devotional service, is that it?
Yes, Prabhu. Kleshagni, even for beginners. This means
Klesha Agni means it reduces or nullifies all kinds of suffering. The first thing that happens when you start chanting is that you are free from all kinds of suffering. The word subhada is the next word, indicates that devotional service bestow all good fortune. You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
I'll go out of here, I'll go to another place. You know. I'll go to this place, I'll open this up. Where am I opening? Oh, this. Okay, yeah. All right, you can see here. Well, it's better for you to read this, huh?
Kleshagni.
Whatever. Okay, here. All right, here, huh? So here the translation, no? Easier for you to see. I don't know how to put it into the bracket. Anyway, I think you can see some portion only, no? Huh?
Yes, Prabhu, the right portion is cut.
Yeah, because how to do it now? I have to cut it short, huh? Okay, never mind. I'll just kind of explain. Subhada means but you can see this word, you know, these are all the words in that thing, you know. I think I have to go back, you know. All right, pure devotional service, I'll read out, 11 sons of the wave of the characteristic of by its power of driving out all distress, number one. It inaugurates an atmosphere of auspiciousity. It belittles the value of liberation, but it is rarely achieved. It is full of transcendental bliss. You see this word? It is full of transcendental bliss. And it attracts Krishna, the absolute personality of Godhead. So this word here, you can see here. So intensify bliss here. You see that?
Yes, Prabhu.
Transcendental bliss. Sandra Ananda. So devotional service, according to, according to this verse, you get, all this, even for beginners. You see this verse here?
Yes, Prabhu.
So the moment you take up the process of chanting, definitely you get a higher taste, Otherwise, why you want to give up the lower taste? You won't be able to, correct?
Yes.
Yes, Anand?
Yes, Prabhu.
So that's why we chant, because Krishna is relating to us, no? We're calling him, correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So this is the difference between chanting some mundane stuff and chanting the name of Krishna. And Krishna also knows how to inspire you, even for beginners. I mean, I'm sure you must have a lot of experience how when you first started chanting, you were feeling so happy. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So it is in the beginning stage. I understand, huh? Is it clear? And it's also, it attracts Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Krishna Akarshini. Akarshini means attracts Krishna toward the devotee. Are you following, huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
So this is the power of this devotional service. And it's able to destroy all kinds of sins, Thus a fully surrendered sincere devotee immediately receives relief from all kinds of sinful reactions. There are 3 stages of fruitification of sinful activity. One stage, one commits the sinful act. Before that, the seed of this act exists, and before that, there's ignorance whereby one commits the sin. Understand? Suffering is involved in all 3 stages. However, Krishna is merciful to his devotee. Consequently, immediately nullifies all 3 stages: the sin, the seed of the sin, and ignorance that leads one to sin. Of course, then this word aprapta phalam papam kutam bijam, So now going back to the verse again. All right, see, now you come to the position of unallied goods, the man whose mind has been enlivened by contact with devotional service to Lord, again gains positive scientific knowledge, the personality of Godhead, in the stage of liberation from all material association. This verse, and this is a famous verse, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yogo Prayojita Janatu Asu Vairagyam
Jnanam Chaita Hetuka.
You understand? You follow? Are you following?
Yes, Prabhu.
So when it comes to this stage, to liberation from all material association, he gets, inspired by Krishna consciousness. Then this is the verse that I'm trying to show you. Vidyate hridaya grantis, chidyante sarva samsayaha, chiyante chasya karmani, drista eva atmani sware. So this is the point, sorry. I think, what is that, we are jumping somewhere? Yeah, got it. Thus the knot in the heart is pierced, and all misgivings are cut to pieces. The chain of fruitive actions is terminated when one sees oneself and one's master. When one sees oneself and one's master, that means he sees himself and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Understand this point?
Yes, Prabhu.
This is what we are talking about, coming to the spiritual consciousness.
Wow.
You follow? Of course, the same verse is in another place. We'll go there also, and I'll show you also. I think it's in here. 21. Give me a minute.
Sure, Prabhu.
I have to take you all over the place. And they say you don't need to learn anything so much, This guy is telling this Sundar Gopal is crazy, She's quoting so many things Prabhupada never did,
Oh.
Yeah, they say that,
Oh, Krishna.
Everything I do is always someone got something to say about it,
Oh, Prabhu, you're giving such a deep meaning. Like
Huh?
I didn't know that spiritual consciousness had such a deep meaning.
I did not know all these verses. This is all our devotees here. They have it all in the fingertip, though.
Wow. Great, Prabhu. No, verses I knew, but how they relate to the spiritual consciousness.
Huh?
Before every day we just normally read those verses before starting Bhagavatam call.
So, because you see, because nobody explained to you all, no, correct?
Yeah.
No one explains, they just tell a story about some guy who lost the shoes or something. Understand? That's why you need to associate, then you learn, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Trying to internal banks worship me. Okay, I got it now. 20, 30. All right. See the same verse, huh? The same verse here. See? Vidyate hridaya grantis, chidante sarva samsaya, chiyante tasya karmani, mai driste akilatmani. Understand? Huh? So now here, the knot in the heart is pierced, all misgivings are cut to pieces, and the chain of fruitive action is terminated when I am seen as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's now you see yourself and the Lord. You understand? Both on the spiritual plane. You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, when I'm seen as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That means, in other words, when you come to Krishna, you see everything, You follow?
Yes, Prabhu.
You understand this point?
Yes, Prabhu.
So that's why coming to the supra mind, that means you will be already with Krishna, correct?
Yes.
So when you are with Krishna, then everything comes, no? The Bhagavad Gita, that's the verse, no? 5:16, I think, yeah? Yeah, 5:16. When, however, one is enlightened with the knowledge by which nescience is destroyed, then this knowledge reveals everything. As the sun lights up everything in the daytime. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So is it clear?
It's very clear, Prabhu. Super clear. Supra clear.
I mean, I'm surprised you so many years I'm sure you must, take this tape and see it again, no? So you will know.
Yes, Prabhu. We'll go through this tape at least 3-4 times. There's so many important. Actually, I noted it down, but we'll go through again.
Yeah, so you may have questions, you can always come back. But the point is this, you see how Prabhupada also quoted this, all these verses in the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Just now we went, 7:1, So it's all there, it's not that I'm trying to teach you something new or something. It's all Prabhupada, no? But only thing that I'm explaining to you in such a way that you will understand, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes?
Yes.
So what's the next question? Is that clear? This subject is clear? You have any more questions on this subject?
It's clear, Prabhu.
Yeah?
It is clear, Prabhu.
So how to get to this stage? Okay, we'll go back to that one also. Huh? So how to get to that stage? All right. See? All right. Just now we were here.
Devotion service.
I'll go back to that. It's easier for me. See here, this is the verse that it's so important. Eh? Oh, goodness. All right. Okay, here. See this verse here? This is one verse preceding the, that's now the verse, no? Just now we know this famous verse, no? Sanvata Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. You know this verse, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So now I'm going to show you this verse, which is very, very important, you see. This verse is Shrushruyo Srutadanasya Vasudeve Kataruchi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipraha Punya Tirtha Nisevanad. See this verse. O twice born sages, by serving those devotees who are completely free from all vices. You see this? Huh?
Serving the devotees. Wow. Yes.
Free from all vice, great service is done. So when you get to this, by such service, one gains an affinity for hearing the message of Vasudeva. You understand? That means before you come to Sunvata, Swakata, Krishna, you must go and serve the devotee. That means you have to serve a pure devotee like Prabhupada. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Understand? Devotees who are completely free from all vice, you know. Huh? Not some kind of breakdown bus service drivers, you know. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
And in order to come to this stage, you have to have this. No, I think it's 3:7:20. Huh? Yeah. This is quoted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this verse. Durapahe alpatapasha seva vaikunta vatmasu yatro pagiyate nityam deva devo janardanaha. You see this verse? Persons whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the service of the pure devotees who are progressing back to the kingdom of God, the Vaikunthas. What does that mean? In order to get the service to serve the pure devotees, you must have a lot of tapasya. Hello?
Speechless, Prabhu.
Huh?
No words.
Huh? If you simply sleep, what? Sleeping, no? Forget it. You'll not work. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
You don't want to follow the principles, forget it. It's not going to work. You don't do this Mangalarti and all that, forget it. It's not going to work. You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
See how it all relates, you know. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So you chant, you follow the principle, you follow all that Prabhupada said, then yes, you get a chance to serve him. And then when you serve him, you get attracted to hearing. And when you get attracted to hearing, then all realization will come. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Then Krishna in the heart, he cleanses away all the dirty things. Then you develop Vasudeva Kata Ruchi, taste, correct? Ruchi,
Yes.
no? We heard just now the word, no? Ruchi, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. Then once you get carrying on with this, then these things happen. In other words, this thing happens. You see here. By chanting the holy name of Supreme Lord, one comes to the stage of love of Godhead. Then the devotee is fixed in his vow as an eternal servant of the Lord and gradually becomes very much attached to a particular name and form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is called Ashakta platform, no? Yes?
The Sakta platform, Prabhu?
Yeah, Ashakta means you get attracted to a particular form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And as his heart melts with ecstatic love, he laughs very loudly, cries or shouts. Sometimes he sings and dances like a madman, for he is indifferent to public opinion. Then he gets bhava, then he gets prema. So you understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
So I think I clearly explained the whole thing, just your one supra mind. Huh? I went for 1 hour.
Supra explanation, Prabhu, really.
I went for 1 hour with just this one subra. Huh?
Yeah.
So you see how everything is related, you know. Understand? And then you understand it thoroughly, then yes, your realization, then yes, then you also can preach accordingly, no? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Oh, so see how so many things are there.
Yes.
I think by your association, Krishna is revealing so many things.
It's your association, Prabhu. You revealed us so many things. At least now I've just noted down like 20 verses are there. It's connected to each other. How it flows from one verse to another.
And they say Bhagavatam is boring, huh? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, so now we have finished 1 hour already. I think you got 3 more questions here. Huh? Each one, if I take another hour, I think it's not going to finish, no? Yeah?
And simple questions, Prabhu.
Prabhu, do all the pastimes the Lord repeat in each universe also? Do they repeat in each cycle of the yugas? Yes. No, you see, Krishna's pastime happens only on the 28th cycle of the 7th Manu.
Okay.
You understand? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also comes at that time. Krishna does not come at every, other so-called Manu,
Oh, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes only in when Krishna appears, is it?
Yes, yes. That's why in this yuga we are so fortunate, no? We got Krishna, we got Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and of course we also got Prabhupada, no? Understand?
And this happens in each universe in the same way, Prabhu?
Yeah, every universe when Brahma, in that day of Brahma, at the 7th Manu, that means he has 14 Manu, no? 7 day, almost half this day gone. And in that Manu, particularly on the 28th cycle, the Lord will appear, all the time. That means Brahma sees the Lord every day, no?
And the same is with Narsimha Avatar,
Yes.
Rama.
Yes,
Okay.
they all are appearing according to their schedules,
Okay.
That's why it is called Nitya Lila. The word is used, no? Nitya Lila means?
Yes, Prabhu.
So the pastime, the Lord are unending, Just like Prabhupada always give the example of the sun, no? The sun is in Singapore now, it's 9 o'clock, 9:30, sorry, 10:30. So the sun is not there in your place, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
But you say, no, there's no more sun. But I say the sun is here. So this means the sun is always there, no? Correct? So that's what the word Nitya Lila, continuous. So the Lord's pastimes are like waves, unending waves. Nobody can count, and they're repeating all over. That's why Krishna said, me and you have gone through so many, pastime. I remember all, you don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Bhagavad Gita, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Mm.
And when Krishna comes, will the same people be there in each time, like Subala?
That's why Krishna told Arjuna, no, you have been coming with me all the time, no? I remember
Okay.
all, you don't remember, no? Yes, just now I showed the verse, no?
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhu.
So Arjuna forgets, but Krishna doesn't forget, he knows. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
Sometime also the story of the, the Shakshi Gopal, no? Yeah, Krishna told the two Brahmins, you are my eternal servants, you appear all the time doing this pastime. Right? So some devotees like Prabhupada said, Arjuna and Kunti Devi, they always go along with Krishna wherever his pastimes are.
And do the same souls appear as his associates in these pastimes?
Yeah, because they are eternal servants of the Lord, no?
Then is there no chance for us to get purified and become part of those pastimes?
No, you cannot. You can be in the pastime, but you cannot be the principal devotees, like Radharani, the Gopi, the principal Gopi, you can't go in that because they are expansions, And Arjuna also, Uddhava, they all are expansions of the Lord, no? I mean, Arjuna is a soul, but he, as Prabhupada said, he always accompanies the Lord, in helping him do the pastime. You see?
Yes, bro.
So you can be a servant of Arjuna, or you can be a servant of, you can be the servant of the gopis, but you cannot become a, principal gopi. That's not possible, no? You cannot become Mother Yasoda. That's not possible. You understand? So therefore, Krishna brings all of them so that they help the newer person to re-establish their relationship with Krishna and training them up, no? So they before you go back to the spiritual world, you'll be sent to a place where Krishna is doing the pastime so that you can witness all his pastimes, before you go back to the spiritual world. You understand?
Yes,
You
Prabhu.
have to take one more birth, and wherever universe Krishna is doing his pastime, you go there and you witness all his fighting, killing, and loving exchange, and in this way you get fixed up more, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
But Prabhu, will we fall again?
That you have
Because
to ask you have to ask yourself, no?
Okay. No,
Yeah?
because it was said that once you go to Lord, you will never fall back, right?
Yeah, because now you know how painful it is here, no? You don't want to make the mistake again, would you?
No problem.
So that's why one bitten, twice shy, no?
Yeah.
You understand? So Krishna will make you remember all these crazy sins, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
That's why Krishna says,
Yes,
now
Prabhu.
going, you don't come back again. Huh? He said, no, many places, Bhagavad Gita, correct? Once you come to my place, you never return. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
You
Prabhu.
know where the verse? So many places, I'll show you here. Na tad bhashyate suryo, na shashankaha, na pavakaha, yad gatva na nirvartante. See the word? Tad dhamma paramam mama. Those who reach it never return to this material world. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
The supreme abode of mind is not illumined by the sun or moon or nor by fire or electricity, but those who reach it never return to this material world again. You understand? You follow?
Yes, Prabhu.
This word, no? Nirvartante. Never come back again. So we'll do a search.
So, Prabhu, you go to the spiritual world first, or you first go to another universe and be part of the pastime of the Lord and then go to the spiritual world?
Well, you go to the place where you have the pastimes and then you don't come back again, no? You have to witness the, you have to know, no, because in the spiritual world, no killing, no. See, even in 8:16, you see, again the same word is used. Punar avartino, see that? Yeah? Avartina, returning, see that? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest are all places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death takes place. But one who has attained my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
So now you go, you won't come back. Unless the Lord wants to use you for some pastimes of Hiranyakasipu or, maybe he like to fight with you, no? I don't know. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
All right, let's go to the next question. What is the next one? And if they are repeating them, will they have the same character?
That's over, Prabhu. You answered that.
Okay, finish. Will the soul, after leaving the current body, get the next body immediately, or how long does it take? That depends. If it's a sinful personality, it will go to the hellish planet. Yes? And pay for his dues. And correct. He'll go to the hellish planet and finish his term, and then he'll come back again. And then he will start from the lowest, Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
You can start from the low end of the whole thing. I mean, I don't know, you like to do that, huh? So you see here,
so going to the hellish planets is only after human birth, Prabhu, not after the lower species?
No, lower species are evolving. So when they come to the human platform and misuse their independence, right? Then they fall down and then finish their term, they come back. But having gone through all miserable, hellish condition and having passed in a regular order through the lowest forms of animal life prior to human birth. You understand? That means from hell, you come here and you start from the lower end and then you work your way up, 8.4 million species. You think it's a good thing to do?
No, Prabhu.
So when you go to the heavenly planets, then you will fall down when you come as what is that? You come as, grains, you go to the grain, correct? From you fall down as rain, and when you fall down after the rain, you become a grain, and then is eaten by the man or the animal. And that way you are injected to a particular body, and again you get your human birth.
Uh-huh.
That way you start again, you know. So when you come down from heavenly world, you don't have to take birth like this so-called
But it's
hellish life.
again, again based on chance. If some animal eats it, you'll have to become
Then
that.
you may eat, the animal may be eaten by a man, no? Then that semen will go, correct?
Hmm.
Huh? You understand?
Yes, bro.
So you will get again in a higher birth, you know. Take birth as a, you know, rich family, you know. Hmm? As Bhagavad Gita says, no? Again, he falls into some, if he is a devotee, if
Hmm.
not a devotee, then he may go and take birth in the uh,
Lower species.
huh? Hmm. I'm trying to get this verse out for you. How they fall down. Yeah, it is here. You can read this verse. No? Please read.
Nikhilesh Prabhu, you don't read?
Sure, Prabhu, I can read. My dear King Yudhishthira, when oblations of ghee and food grains like barley and sesame are offered in sacrifice, they turn into celestial smoke, which carries one to successfully higher planetary systems like the kingdoms of Dhuma, Ratri, uh, Krina, Krina,
Krishna Paksha.
Krishna Paksha.
Krishna Paksha, Dakshinam, and ultimately the moon. Then, however, the performers of sacrifice descend again to earth to become herbs, creepers, vegetables, and food grains. These are eaten by different living entities and turned to semen, which is injected into female bodies. Thus, one takes birth again and again.
So this is how they come down from heaven, and that's now I showed you how they come from hell, correct?
Hmm.
So you have to take birth again and again and again, right? So if you are in the mode of goodness, you go up to the heavenly planet. The mode of passion, you take birth as a person here again in the material world. And if you are in the mode of ignorance, you descend to either ghostly form or even to the animal species. You understand?
Hmm.
Hmm? So I don't think it is sensible, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm? Unless you want to take birth again as a president of the United States, I don't know. Yes?
No, Prabhu.
So, one more question, huh? Prabhu, did Pandavas go to swarga, loka or back to Godhead after their births? All right, to answer this question, we'll go here. 115. So yeah, it says here in this verse, so they went back in their same body to the spiritual world. So here you can see here. So sometimes they say some crazy thing that they went to hell and all that thing, you know.
Yes, Prabhu. I heard that. That's why I just wanted to.
All right, better we hear from what the Bhagavatam say, no? Huh? Can you read?
Thus, by pure consciousness, due to constant devotional remembrance, they attain the spiritual sky, which is ruled over by the Supreme Narayana Lord Krishna. This is attained only by those who meditate upon the one Supreme Lord without deviation. This abode of the Lord Sri Krishna, known as Goloka Vrindavana, cannot be attained by persons who are absorbed in the material conception of life, but the Pandavas, being completely washed of all material contamination, attain that abode in their very same bodies.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, what does the very same bodies mean?
That means they didn't change body. They are left in this material. This material body became spiritual, no?
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Okay.
Not like someone had to die and then they have to come out of the body and go. But Pandavas, they went straight. So the purport is there, huh? You can read.
So others who get purified and then leave this body and go to spiritual world, they get a different body and then go to the spiritual world, is it?
No, once you die, then your body, you leave the body behind. No more body, no? Correct? Then the soul gets his 400 form or something and he goes to the spiritual world like Ajamil, no? He got his 400 form and he climbed on the plane and he left, no? Same thing also when Gajendra was killed, then he immediately, the Lord touched him and he got his 400 form and he went back in his 400 form. Yes?
So for Pandavas also, it will get converted to 400 form or?
No, they went on the same body. That means they went to the spiritual world, the highest place called Goloka Vrindavan. You understand? So they went there, it says here, abode of Lord Sri Krishna. Correct? Self-same, you see the Sanskrit translation? Atmanam eva, by the self-same body. Is it that? So they didn't have to change body, no? Correct?
Yes, fine.
And even, what's the name? Draupadi and Subhadra also attain the same body. Draupadi also saw her husband without caring for her, were leaving home. She knew well about Lord Vasudeva Krishna, the personality of Godhead. Both she and Subhadra became absorbed in thoughts of Krishna and attained the same result as their husband. See that? Right? Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Any other questions? So that is clear, huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Those who were killed also went back to the spiritual world. If they are, those who were killed went back, but those like Pandavas, then they don't go back. Huh? How does it make sense? Correct? Huh?
Yeah.
Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
Anyone who saw Krishna in the battlefield, they all died and they went back to their spiritual world. Yes.
Yes, Prabhu. So, like, there is one person who is still living, right, Prabhu? Is that true or is it false? They say that, like, he got the curse, right? I forgot the name,
Ashwatthama.
but Ashwatthama. Yeah.
He's traveling around like a ghost now, you know.
But he also
see him. Nobody can see him after the end of this yuga, you know. This, you know, cycle. Then the next one, he will take birth as one of the Sapta Rishis.
Mhm. Okay, but he also
Until
came from
then,
spiritual world, right?
and yeah, but until then he will be roaming around like a ghost, you know. That
Okay.
means, you know, now we are on the seventh cycle, no, in the seventh Manu, and the what cycle? 28th cycle, right? And then it finishes, and when it finishes at 71 cycle, you know, you understand? So from the 28th cycle to the 71 cycle, Satya, Treta, Yuga, like that, you know, rotation, he will stay as a ghost.
It is for 1 day of Brahma, is it?
No, no, it is one Manu.
Oh.
Now this Manu ends, then the next Manu will start, no? That means on the 8th Manu, he will become one of the Saptarishis. Until then, he will hang around as a ghost.
Yeah. Sorry, Prabhu. What is the lifespan of Manu? Like, how many years is Manu?
One Manu, in Brahma, we have 12 hours, right? So Brahma has called 14 Manus in his day.
Oh, okay.
So in that 14 Manu, one Manu's lifespan is 71 times, you know, the 4 Yugas.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
4.3 million years times by 71. You understand?
Wow. Okay. Got it.
So then after this Manu is finished, the next Manu will start, you know. So all this description are given, you know, it's not that it's speculation. Manu, which Manu, the name of the Manu, all are spelled out. So main thing to understand is that Asvatama is hanging around until he finished, then he'll go to the next. And Bali Maharaj is there in the planet of Sutala planet, no? So when this Manu is finished, he will become the next Indra. You understand? Like now, the previous Manu finished, Narada Muni, that person who was son of a maid servant, correct? He became Narada Muni in this Manu. Yes?
Yes.
Like that, they are all taking exalted positions, no?
Yeah, but they're still bounded to this only our universe, right?
Yeah, you know, I mean, if you are bonded, but you are with the Lord, then what's the harm, no?
Okay.
Like Narada Muni can travel to the spiritual world and he can come to the material world. He can go and see the Lord directly and he can come here and deal also. It's not good.
There is only one Narada Muni across all universes, Prabhu.
No, one universe, one Narada Muni. Understand? So every universe will have a Narada Muni.
They're all different or same Narada Muni?
Different, no? Understand? There's different people, personality take the different position, no? Brahma is a different person. Similarly, Indra is different. They all are different personalities taking up the role. You can also take up the role if you purify yourself. Hare Krishna.
Hello, I'm calling from Homeless Hearts of Singapore, a homelessness charity, and I just wanted to check if you're open for lunch today or for food for homeless people.
Yeah, they can come and take food.
Oh, you're open today?
Yeah.
Okay, I will let them know. Thank you so much.
How many coming?
Just one person.
Okay, no problem. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Right.
So in every Manu, the Narada changes in the universe, Prabhu?
Yeah, Narada will change, Indra will change, Urvasi will change, the sun god will change. They're all changes, no? Different personalities will take up this different posts. You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
the Prajapatis will change, everything changes, you know. So they hand over to the next person. And this Indra, if it's at the time of him finishing his contract, if he remembers Krishna, then he goes back to the spiritual world.
So Prabhu,
Like
all
Brahma.
these pastimes mentioned in Bhagavatam are pertaining only to this Manu or even previous Manus?
Previous Manu starts with Swayambhuva Manu, correct? Uttanapat and Priyavarta, right? The two sons, Devahuti, you know? Correct? These are all the first Manu, Swayambhuva Manu. Then he finished the Swayambhuva Manu, then he speaks about other Manus like Chakshusha Manu, the second Manu, the third Manu, you know? Prominent pastimes are taken. Then finally he come to this Manu, where Krishna came and did his pastimes, you know. So he Sukadev Goswami picks up from different Manus. In fact, Parikshit Maharaj asked this question, what about the pastimes of the Lord in the other Manus? So then Sukadev explains the Bhagavatam. For example, the Chakshusha Manu, the incarnation of the, you know, Satyavarta, he gets the fish, devastation,
Matsya-avatar.
Yeah, Matsya avatar. Then the avatar is in the different Manu. It's the Chakshusha Manu, just one Manu before this, no? So different Manus pastimes are also explained. Of course, in this Manu is the main thing, no? The Krishna came, no? Yeah?
Yes, true.
Yes, Prabhu.
That is the why Sukadev rushed through the Ramayanam and all that, because he wanted to speak more about Krishna's pastime, no? Yes.
Yes.
So any other questions or comments or anything? No more.
So in the next Manu, when they are documenting and explaining about Bhagavatam, pastimes that happened in this current Manu will get added to that, is it?
I don't understand your question.
Like every Manu, more pastimes will keep happening, right? So in the further Manus, more pastimes will get added into the Bhagavatam literature.
Krishna's pastimes are almost repeating, correct? I don't see how he's going to...
No, Bhagavatam has all future Manus also details, right, Prabhu?
Yeah, CC also have in the CC, Chaitanya Charitamrita also. So all the Manu's name are also listed, no?
Correct. Yes, Prabhu.
So all the pastimes are the same, no? Killing Putana, all that, repeats, no? Not that he does something weird or extra, Krishna won't do that, no? You understand?
Yes, Prabhu.
So it is all standard, no? Of course, just like you are chanting Hare Krishna every day and you take him prasadam, you're getting tired?
No, Prabhu.
Huh?
No.
Why you don't get tired? Huh? Because it's ever fresh, no? Right or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
Correct. So Krishna's pastimes are like that, no? Ever fresh, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
So you can read about it in the, yeah, it is here. You can get some idea. It goes here. So it goes here. Very nice. Adilila. 3.9. Okay. All right, you see here. You can see here, this is how the lifespan. 71 Divya Yugas constitute one Manvantara. You understand? There are 14 Manvantaras in one day of Brahma. Yes?
Divya Yugas means 4 Yugas together, right?
Yeah. So present Manu is the 7th, is called Vaivasta, the son of Vivasvan. 27 Divya Yugas of his age have now passed. Understand? So Krishna comes on the 28th. Understand? So the names of the 14 Manus are follows. Swayambhuva Manu, Swarochisa Manu, Uttama, Tamasha, Raivata, Chakshusha. This is the 6th. Vaivasta, this is the 7th now. We are current one. Then will be Savarni, Daksha Savarni, Brahma Savarni, Dharma Savarni, Rudra Putra, Rudra Savarni, Rauchya or Deva Savarni, and Bhautyaka or Indra Savarni. These are the 14 Manus. The names is given, no? Understand? Huh? You follow?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
So you understand now, huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Any other questions?
No problem.
Any other questions?
No, Prabhu. Thank you.
No question. I think it's quite a lot of any other thing to add? Any other thing you want to ask?
Nothing else for now, Prabhu.
Nothing from my side. So tell me, in any other way I can be of some service? Huh?
It was a wonderful session today, Prabhu. It was very nice.
Wonderful session. Very amazing session, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.